Good afternoon. Okay, this is a little share here because of an incident that happened to a lovely senior. And I think it's a good cautionary tale for everybody else because it doesn't seem to be well known. Okay, so imagine the scenario, two seniors, retired, collecting their retirement benefits. Each one is collecting a benefit of whatever kind based on each of theirs work record, or perhaps one work record and the other's a spousal benefit. Either way, one spouse passes away. A lot of people are of the understanding, and it's a misunderstanding, that when one spouse passes away, the other spouse is going to collect a survivor benefit while collecting the benefit that they were already collecting, both of them, so that the income to the survivor who's still in that house and needs to upkeep it will not go down, at least not the Social Security income. This isn't true. Social Security pays one benefit amount per person, one. So even if two people are bringing in two Social Security incomes, and they're relying on that, they have to know that when one passes, one of those incomes is going away. Now, as a survivor situation, generally the surviving spouse is going to be able to opt for the bigger amount. So if the person who passed had a bigger amount, the survivor can take that amount instead of what they were taking, which was less. But they can't take two. And this has come as a big surprise to far too many senior couples, well, at least the surviving one, who now doesn't have enough income to pay if there's a small mortgage left, or rent, or whatever else is needed, because they're relying on what could be half the income. Now, oftentimes it's not exactly half. They might be relying on it getting cut down to 60% or 70% or whatever, assuming that but the deceased spouse earned a bit more and had a bigger primary insurance amount. So it's just something really important to know, so we can all plan for the fact that if we are a couple living with double income, you're only going to get one. It's almost as if you're not a couple at all, in a sense, except that you have the survivor aspect, but you can't get both. They don't have an avenue for that. I know some insurances, privately obtained, or pensions do have it where it will pass on to the life of the spouse, but that's not Social Security. And it comes as a very painful surprise to too many people. And people have to move out of their homes as a result. It's not uncommon. Downsize, go move in with family, because their one income isn't going to be able to keep them afloat the way they were on two incomes. So plan for it. Maybe people need to start, planning how they're going to downsize then, or maybe downsize now, or another stream of income. The world's your oyster there, and there often isn't a lot of choices, but you have to know what's going to be coming so you can be as prepared as you can possibly be and make plans. Now, one thing I wanted to point out, which is a good thing, is we've discussed in other videos how if you delay your retirement benefit till age 70, really any age past 62 and any age past full retirement, but 70 is the maximum, you're going to be increasing your benefit amount to far greater than your primary insurance amount, which would be the amount if you waited to full retirement. But when you wait till age 70, instead of say 67, you increase it quite significantly, let's say over 30%. That it's also, if you want to compare it to if you took it at early retirement, it's an increase of somewhere around 80%. So the beauty of that is, not only does the person who worked it and then retires at 70 and starts collecting have a much higher amount to live on for whatever years that person survives, but if that person doesn't survive and has a spouse, because he or she did delay that retirement, that delayed amount will go to be used as the amount to determine what the survivor benefits are for the other spouse, the surviving spouse. So it's a little different. They can't get two, but they can get not only the bigger of the two, but the amount that the person increased their amount by waiting till 70, that person's waiting is going to pass on as a benefit to the survivor spouse when their amount is determined. So they're not just going to get the deceased spouse's primary insurance amount. They're going to get that increase to age 70 amount, which would not be true if they were collecting a spousal benefit on their living spouse's work record while their living spouse was collecting his own benefit. Their spousal benefit would be that 50%, ideally, of just the PIA, his full retirement age amount, not that age 70 amount that he is actually getting if he waited. But when it comes to survivor, they do allow that to be used for the benefit of the survivor. So that's good. It's good if someone plans on waiting until 70 to retire, because it's not only just you that you're getting the increase, but you'll be taking better care of the spouse you leave behind if you pass first. Okay. Okay, that's just the share I wanted to give, because I see someone having a real hard time keeping the home. And I've known other people who had to leave their homes under those situations. So it's not good. Okay, that's all. Have a great one. Bye.